Hi, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today we are going to discuss about Bayes theorem. Okay, so before learning this Bayes theorem, you have to know what is the meaning of probability of E1 given A and probability of A given E. Okay, you have to know what the difference is. Okay, so I'll explain you by taking one example. Okay, now see here. This is called as conditional probability. See here. P of A given B equals to P of A into P of B given A by P of B. Here we are taking A equals to rainy clouds. B equals to it rains. Okay. That means if we are having rainy clouds, definitely it will rain. Okay. Yeah. See here probability of A given B in the sense we are going to find out that probability of rainy clouds in the sky given that it rains. That means we are going to find out if there are rainy clouds, definitely it will rain or not, we are going to find out. Okay, that is the meaning of probability of A given B. And what is the meaning of B given A in the sense? Here see probability of raining on a day when there were clouds in the sky. That means this meaning is definitely when it rains, the rainy clouds will occur. Okay, so hope you understood the difference. Okay, now here before what it rains. Okay, that means be in the sense what it rains. When it rains, when there are rainy clouds. Okay, and here A in the sense what? Rainy clouds. That means if there are rainy clouds, definitely it will rain. Okay, so that is the difference between A given B and B given A. Now we will learn about Bayes theorem. Okay, see here. If an event A can occur only in the combination with any of the n mutually exclusive and exhaustive events, E1, E2 and so on, En. So here there are having n events and that events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. So mutually exclusive in the sense what? If one event occurs, the other events will not. That is called as mutually exclusive. Exhaustive in the sense what? All all the possible outcomes are called as exhaustive events. Okay, and if in an actual observations A is found to have occurred, then the probability that it was preceded by a particular event EI is given by probability of EI given A equals to probability of EI into probability of A given EI by summation of I equals to 1 to n P of EI into P of A given EI. So that means what here? A has already occurred and this A will precede event E to happen. Okay, so that one we are going to find out. Okay, so proof. Consider the following Venn diagram. First we'll draw the Venn diagram. Okay, depending on that we can prove the Bayes theorem. See here, this is event A. That means event A has already occurred. They have mentioned in the theorem itself. Statement of the theorem they mentioned. A is found to have occurred. That means A has occurred. So this full set is called as A. And what they told, E1, E2 and so on, En are n mutually and exhaustive events. So here this is E1, this is E2, E3 and so on. At last En. That means what? Here n events are there and A has occurred first. Okay, that means what this area becomes and what this area becomes and what about this and what about this and what about this. So this area becomes E1 intersection A and this one is E2 intersection A, this one E3 intersection A and so on. At last En intersection A. Why? Because in this area we are having E1 event and A event also. So that's why we have kept here E1 intersection A. Okay. So since E1, E2 and so on, En are n mutually and exhaustive events, n mutually and exhaustive events, therefore S equals to sample space. Here exhaustive events in the sense I have already told you all the events are called as exhaustive events. That means sample space what it becomes? Sample space S becomes E1 union, E2 union and so on union En. And also they gave that mutually events also. So mutually events in the sense what? A has already occurred. That means how we can write A mutually in the sense what? If one event occurs, the other event does not occur. So that means A becomes what? All these. A in the sense what? All. If we combine all these, we get A value. So that means how we can write here? E1 intersection A union E2 intersection A union and so on union En intersection A. Yes, no, if we add all these only we get event A. So that's why I have written with the symbol U. U in the sense what? Union. Okay. So now by axiomatic definition P of A equals to probability of E1 intersection A plus P of, that means probability of E2 intersection A plus and so on plus P of En intersection A. That means instead of this union we have taken here plus symbols by axiomatic definition. Okay. So therefore, so what we can write here? P of A equals to, here we can use summation symbol in order to write all these terms in a single term. We can use here summation. Summation I equals to 1 to n P of Ei intersection A. Isn't it? Yeah. So that equals to summation I equals to 1 to n P of Ei into P of A given Ei. So by using conditional probability we have written this one like this. Okay. Since probability of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given A. Okay, so by using this formula we have written this term like this. Okay, so the conditional probability of an event EI given that A has occurred is given by probability of EI given A. A has already occurred now, so that's why we have written this one in denominator. So that equals to, how we can write this one? P of EI intersection A by P of A. See, by using this one, we can take this term from RHS to LHS and this term from LHS to RHS. So we have interchanged. So by using this formula, we have written like this. So that equals to P of EI intersection A, in the sense what we can write here? P of EI intersection A, in the sense what we can write here? By using this formula again we can write P of EI into P of A given EI by P of A, in the sense we can write this term now. So summation I equals to 1 to n P of EI into P of A given EI. Okay, so P of EI given A. Okay, hence the result. Okay, so sometimes base events are also called as posterior events. That means these events are called as posterior events. Posterior. Okay, these events are called prior. Okay, posterior, prior. Okay, so base events are also called as posterior events. Okay, so Bayes' theorem was introduced by Thomas Bayes. Okay, so Bayes' theorem was introduced by Thomas Bayes. In 1763. Okay, so Bayes events are also called as what? Posterior events or posterior probability. Okay, so this is about Bayes theorem. This is very important. Okay, in my next video I'll tell you the applications of Bayes theorem. That means where we use this concept in our daily life. Okay, so how we are going to use this Bayes theorem in our day-to-day life. Okay, so knowingly or unknowingly, every day we use this concept. You will understand after telling the applications. Yes, we are using every day. Okay, so hope you all understand. So thank you for watching this video. If anyone are newly watching this video, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye. Take care.